Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to this wonderful YouTube platform. This is Exposed News TV, your confirmatory legit news platform where they expose all the atrocious things with the Nigerian government they do to the people of Biafra. Please subscribe to this channel if you've not yet subscribed, and make sure you turn on your notifications so that you can get notified whenever we drop our spanking news. Now, the current situation of Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who was denied who was denied a good Medicare, you know, which also resulted to the Prime Minister stepping in, to give an order. Now, the current situation through his led counsel, Aloy Ejimako, today is that the DSS has finally allowed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's physician to see him. The doctor preliminary report presented complex medical conditions that require that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be taken to a hospital for more detailed diagnosis. So, with the information currently, you will agree with me that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu needs an urgent treatment. I'll keep on saying this. The issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the way the Nigerian government are doing hanky-panky, with his health, and his health deteriorating. I will continue to laugh because everybody that is involved or that has a hand in keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we all be the ones crying at the end. The broadcast you're going to watch now is a very serious one. I think this is one of the most serious broadcasts and very important one at that matter, because the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá has given an order, a very strong order for that matter. Because the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá has decided to take the case and the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu serious, and letting the Nigerian government know please don't be confused about this order. That is why this broadcast is available to every Biafran so that you will follow. And few minutes ago, the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá also posted warning every Biafra in Biafraland concerning that order. The information reaching the Prime Minister is that they are trying, to use, they have a way of always hijacking every sit at home order, using it to buy innocent Biafran and putting it on the head of, the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá, so that they can continue to push their agenda, so that the world will see the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá as, as a bad person or as a terrorist. We know. And that is why the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá has come out once again to warn every Biafra. It is very important. He has come out once again to warn every Biafra. The least you can do is to hearken to this serious information. The least you can do is to obey a simple order. Watch this broadcast and make sure you share this video to as many groups and platforms as possible. Please enjoy. This is a very, very important information for every Biafrans, both those in the homeland and those in diaspora.
It is well written. Again, I said again, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reject political solution to be free or to be released. Hence the renewed punishment by the federal government. It is a question. It is a question. It is a question. You are welcome once again. Please, once you are joining, make sure that you're doing the needful by hitting the like button and, of course, sharing it at the same time. We have to continue. This is your live presentation reaching you all the way from the studio of Biafra Unite channel/television. And today's date is, of course, 17th July 2024. And the time right now is exactly 28 minutes past 7 p.m. here in the land of Chukwokika, Biama. It is 28 minutes top of the hour, irrespective of your time zone. This is your live presentation. So without further ado, let us delve into the matter that has brought us here this very evening. Victor Mbwemen, I can see you. You're highly welcome, my brother. Please, if I do not mention your name, keep commenting. Definitely your comment will draw my attention, and I will do the needful. Okay, without wasting any time again, let me bring the first thing that I want us to treat into this very evening to the screen, so that we start from there. I want to see more people. I want to see more Biafrans joining this very live broadcast this very evening. I want to see more Biafrans joining us live and direct. So if you haven't shared the broadcast, I don't know what you're waiting for. Share it wherever you belong. Any platform you follow. Tosawaya, we need more people here. Now, if you look at your screen, this is where we want to start from. We want to start from here. But before we get to this very, before we get to this very latest development, let us first of all revisit what happened yesterday. Because Imabona Agoro 1, Imangokwa 2, unless Ima jump. Ima jump, you make a go 2. But if Obonachari Ima jump, then you have to start from 1. So we all know it is no longer news that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was denied access to his medical doctor yesterday. And we all know also that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is ill. He is not feeling well at the moment. According to the report from Barrister Aloye Jimako, who happens to be the special counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he said Nnamdi Kanu ill with low BP. DSS denied him access to doctors, Ejimako. So we all already know since yesterday that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was ill with low BP. And again, if you read that, we are not going to read this because we have already read that. We have already done it already. So there's no need. I'm just to refresh our memory, even though it is still very, very fresh in our minds. Now, if you go down here, you see Ejimako said Kanu is ill with shortness of breath. So meaning that it was actually, or should I say, it is actually a very, very serious case. You know, it is a very serious case. So having received this very information and new development yesterday, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, Mazi Èkpá, issued 4 days lockdown of Biafra. Listen, a lot of people are not getting it right. According to the directive from the PM, this very 29th, 30th, and 31st of July, this month, is for every institution belonging to the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, in Biafra land. Pay attention, because it seems like some people are getting confused, unless if further directives will come from the PM moving forward before this very day. So, but for now, 29th, 30th, and 31st of July this month is for the lockdown of every institution representing the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom government within the Biafra territory, be it State House in the defunct Nigerian created states in Biafra land, be it local government secretariat, be it anything that represents the zoo in Biafra land, will be under lock and key, will be shut down. And if you are working in any of these establishments within Biafra land, I want you to understand that during these days, between 29, 30, and 31st of this month of July, your offices will be under lock and key. And as far as it stands for now, if you ever ịrụọ ya ụka, ifefuli ji aka gị welu. And remember, we have gone beyond that level. I na-ege ntị na asị fa na-egbusi onwe fa, fa na-egbusi ndị Biafra mere nke ame nke ọzọ na fa na-egbusi onwe fa. We have gone beyond that level. Anyị anọrọzie gasịrị, because ọsọ nwere onwe abụrụ ife eji anya ụmụaka agba. ọsọ nwere onwe abụrụ ife eji ọkpa ụmụaka were agba. I want you to pay attention, because arụ na-acha m ọkụ this evening. O nwere latest development, o nwere information m nwetara, so arụ na-acha m ọkụ, arụ na-achasị m ọkụ ike. So please, ọ bụ na ị nọ here na-ege m ntị, achọ m ka ị buru oche nọdụ anị, because we are going to be discussing a lot of things this very evening. I don't know how long we are going to stay, but I don't want to stay for longer period here. So, if you are serving under any institution belonging to the zoo government in Biafra territory, I want you to know that on the 29th, 30th, and 31st of July, your offices will be under shutdown, will be under lockdown. If you are a public servant working for the zoo within Biafra territory, make sure that you cook very good soup, very, very nice soup within these 3 days. And it did not end there. It's not going to end there. Because on the 2nd of August, next month, which is going to be on Friday, everybody pay attention, please, which is going to be on Friday, there will then be a total lockdown of the entire Biafra territory. Remember that the first 3 days is not the total lockdown of Biafra land, rather the shutdown of all the offices belonging to the zoo within Biafra territory. While on the 2nd, this last one, is going to be total shutdown of Biafra territory in protest against the inhuman treatment meted on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, who is currently being held, in captivity in the DSS dungeon. So please, everybody should bear this in mind. This very declaration stands irrespective of the current shenanigans from the DSS, which we will be talking about, in a jiffy. Everybody should pay attention to this. moving forward, this stands, this very order stands until otherwise, until proven otherwise. But for now, it stands. Then, having talked about this, having torchlighted this very all important, news, let us now see the latest development. Within 24 hours, or should I say barely 24 hours, of the declaration of the 4 days lockdown of Biafraland, this is now the latest development. Barely 24 hours of the order given, or should I say, issued by the PM, His Excellency Mazi Nnamdi, to lock down the entire Biafraland in protest over the torture and terrorism against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because it's a terrorist attack against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When you are holding somebody under your custody, and this person you are holding in your custody is not yet declared, it's not yet declared, it's just a suspect. A court of competent jurisdiction has not declared this person a criminal. He is never been convicted. In fact, he is innocent as he stands today, because the court of competent jurisdiction in the zoo, in fact, the second highest court in the zoo, known as the Supreme Court, has discharged him completely and even incriminated the zoo government that is holding him captive. Incriminated the zoo, criminalized the zoo, and also ordered the zoo not just for his immediate and unconditional release, but for, to pay him compensation, to compensate him and apologize to him for the manner in which he was brought back to the Zoological Republic, which the zoo committed an act of terrorism, an act of criminality, and an act of abduction. You went all the way from the zoo to Kenya to kidnap an innocent man and rendition him to the zoo, thinking that he's going to stand trial in your court, when you know the person in question is an international man. The whole world is listening. The whole world is watching. Are you paying attention? So now, you, after committing all this crime and atrocity, your court, he defeated you in your own court. Your court told you that you have committed abomination. You have breached the law. Therefore, you must free him, let him go, pay him compensation, and apologize to him. You have not done all these things. Rather, you keep holding him in your custody. And now, denying him access to his doctor is an act of terrorism. It's not only infringement of his human rights, it is an act of terror. So, after few hours of the declaration of this 4-day sit at home declared by the government in exile, BRGIE, through the office of the Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi, this is now the latest development. Now, according to Daily Post, which was also taken by the, or should I say, through the official and verified X handle of Barrister Lawyer Ejimako, they said, doctor's report revealed that Nnamdi Kanu has complex conditions. Ejimako, this is now the latest development. In case you haven't seen it, This is the latest development. Please, I need more Biafrans here. Keep sharing this very broadcast. I want to be gingered. I want to be gingered by the way I see, by the way you respond. I want to be gingered by the way you respond. Yes. So your response is part of the things that ginger me. Very, very important. Your response is more important to me because that is what gingers me the most. So please I want you to keep hitting the share button. Once you are one of us, don't stop liking and sharing. Now, according to the report, they continued. The Department of State Services, DSS, has allowed Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, access to a medical doctor. Preliminary report from the doctor revealed that Kanu has a complex medical condition that requires that he be transferred to a hospital for detailed diagnosis. This was disclosed by Kanu's lead counsel, lead lawyer, Aloye Jimako, in a chat with Daily Post on Wednesday. So now, the truth of the matter here is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been allowed access to his doctor. Now, preliminary report from this same doctor after examination shows that there is a complex medical condition. Complex. So there's a lot of confusion there, and it's not one thing. There are so many things that need to be taken care of in the body of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is complex. Therefore, it is required that he be transferred to a hospital for detailed diagnosis. You understand? It is not something he will be sitting in the DSS custody and then you'll be giving him a tablet. Ngwa wore nke ango, wore fensik ngo, wore prednisolone ngo, ngwa wore kero fafa, ngwa wore nke ango, anenyi yo. No. We don't want that. According to the preliminary examination from the doctor himself, says that the situation is complex. It is complex. Therefore, it requires a transfer to hospital for a proper medical, or should I say, proper diagnosis. Yes, a proper treatment. That is what is required at this very point in time. So that brings me back to the order of total shutdown. Therefore, this order stands until proven us otherwise. Therefore, this order stands. Are you paying attention? But we can say yes. The Prime Minister is shaking the zoo. The government in exile is shaking the zoo, because if something was not done yesterday, this development wouldn't have been here today. We wouldn't have received this news today, because DSS is a terrorist organization. A terrorist organization does not go back unless they are being pushed. That is the truth. That's the truth. And a terrorist organization like DSS that is being sponsored by the state can never be moved unless they are being pushed hard. So for us to get this development today, meaning that yes, the Prime Minister, the BRGIE, and Biafrans at large are pushing the Zoological Republic and its terrorist wing known as the Department of State Services. So, having said this, the report continues. According to Ejimako, today, DSS finally allowed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's physician to see him. The doctor's preliminary report presented complex medical conditions that required that Nnamdi Kanu be taken to a hospital for more detailed diagnosis. This will follow a report that will be sent to DG DSS by the doctor. On Tuesday, Ejimako had disclosed that Kanu is suffering from low blood pressure, shortness of breath, and general malaise in the custody of the Department of State Services, DSS. So now, having shown this, I don't even know if I'm going to spend a lot of time here. I'm not certain. I'm not really certain if I'm going to spend much time here. So, but we shall see. Now, if you read True Sahara Reporters, they said Nnamdi Kanu finally allowed access to doctor amid complicated health conditions. Lawyer Ejimako confirms. This is their title, and I like it like that. So we are not going to read in details because I'm 1,000,000% certain it's going to be just the same thing that we read, from the Daily Post to Nigeria. So, but the title has said it all. Nnamdi Kanu finally allowed access to doctor amid complicated health conditions. Lawyer Ejima confirms. So, I don't know. Somebody is calling me right now. I haven't opened the line. If you are listening to me, I don't know. Caller, what's up? Are you listening? Are you aware that I'm on live broadcast? Are you aware that I'm on live show? Yet, this very order, I came back here and I showed you that this very order stands. Isn't it? Isn't it? Is it not the truth? I told you that is even without seeing the latest tweet from the Prime Minister. I told you that it stands. You know why? Because I know that Prime Minister will not, first of all, he won't go back. He will never, he's not a dog that spits and go back to lick his spit. No, he won't go by. That is number one. And number two, the number two reason, which is very strong reason that I know very well that this very order will stand. The number two is because they said preliminary report from the doctor revealed that Kanu has a complex medical condition that requires that he be transferred to a hospital for detailed diagnosis. And as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the DSS dungeon till now. So for the fact that he has not been transferred to a hospital, that means he needs to be transferred to hospital. And for the fact that he's still there, that means he has not been taken care of. For the fact that he has not been taken care of, that means he has not been diagnosed. Therefore, the order of lockdown stands. Odologanya now. That is how we roll. We analyze things, we see the way things are going, we know what is going to happen. I don't really need the tweet to know what the Prime Minister stands for. I'm telling you the truth. You see, somebody just called now, and when I went to the X handle of the PM, I saw it. And that is what I've just been saying for a few minutes. So, mmụọ na-arụ ọrụ. Mmụọ na-arụ ọrụ. Ọ bụrụ itu ọnụ na ọ dịrị ife abụ nke a na-eme n'anya everybody ị na-afụ ya n'anya gị. So according to the PM, the latest development, he said, the scheduled civil disobedience protest will hold as planned. We are told that the governor are pushing the workers to come to secretariats, and they have planned to buy many of them and claim Biafrans are enforcing it. If you get buyed by the Nigeria terrorist, Nigeria army, on those days, your family and your ghost must wait for Nigeria for appeasement. We will not mourn anyone. I want to repeat that. I want to repeat that because this is one of the things that I have said a couple of minutes ago, that the time has passed. I said a few minutes ago that the time has passed when we listen to your gospel, your gossip. They buy themselves. That time has passed. No somewhere I said it here. Or somewhere Okwaneku is going straight to our civil servants. You are very important to us, especially those Biafrans serving the zoo in those zoo establishments in our land. I don't want to blame you for serving the zoo because you must work. The people I blame are those gun carrying, terrorists from Biafraland. That your own job is directly fighting your people who say they want to be free. Those ones, I will still blame you till eternity. If you're a Biafran carrying AK-47 to buy your own, to fight your own people who are fighting for your freedom, if you buy, I will still blame your spirit. I will blame your ghost. I will blame your dead body. I will blame you because of what? You are not even supposed to exist. You are not supposed to be in this world. Yes, because your flesh and blood, your people are saying we want freedom, and you are still there carry AK-47, knowing fully well that the organization you belong is a terrorist organization that the state is using to buy their own so-called citizens. You are still there. So why will I pity you? Why will I pity you? You are not supposed to exist. Iburu onye Igbo na-serve zoo army and zoo police. You kwesịrị nọ n'ụwa. Ibu a terrorist. Because the zoo army and police is our problem. I have said it before. Hope Uzodinma is not our problem. Because if we eradicate the zoo army from our land today, Hope Uzodinma will run for. He will never step his feet again in Biafraland. Never. Oh, Soludo can never step into Biafra territory again. That is the truth. That is the truth. Because by the time there is no armor tank to escort them, when there is nobody in khaki uniform carrying AK-47 to escort them, they will not be here. They can never be here. I have said it before. So, but for those who are civil servants, who go to a zoo, government offices in Biafra land, I cannot blame them because, first of all, you have gone to school and you have to work to earn a living. So I don't blame them. But the only way I can blame them is if the Biafra government that is in charge of Biafra territory as it stands today gives an instruction and you disobey that instruction, if anything happens to you, I will this is how you want it. I will never cry for you. If you are listening to your pain, then and you don't want to listen to ndị na-asị ka future gị dị mma, ị na-egegodi ndị nke anụnwa, these people na-akwụgodi gị ụgwọ ọnwa nke ihe ejiri godi nne kịta nyụọ nsị, ị na-egefa ntị, then onwe ife melụ gị, I will never pity. I can't even pity you. I can't pity where you come from. I can't pity your family. I cannot cry for you. So it is good when you are serving the people paying your salary, you also listen and pay very close attention to all the instructions given by the Biafran government. Very, very important. In fact, extremely important. It is very, very important to note. Okay? Very, very important. So now, according to the latest development, in fact, I am very happy that this very announcement has been made just just a couple of minutes ago, because now it has solidified what I have already said. I am very, very happy that the announcement has been made by the PM, His Excellency Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I am very, very happy because it has solidified what I have said already. Now, for Nigeria, of course, your family and your goals must wait for Nigeria for appeasement. We will not mourn anyone who allowed himself or herself to be used for Nigeria propaganda. The entire Biafraland are in agreement. Have you seen it? So when the majority carries the vote, then if you say, no, I don't agree, you're on your own. You are on your own. Those days must be respected. We are doing this for not only for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but for all of us, for our future. So your today salary, which are going to even, your salary is not even up to one bag of rice. As it stands today, rice is almost 100,000, depending on the one you buy. There is one for 85,000 naira. There's another one for 90. There's another one for 100, depending on the one you want to buy. But you cannot get any good rice, foreign rice, less than 80,000 as it stands today. So how much is your salary? When they are dragging for 60,000 naira minimum wage, yet they are still, we cannot pay. When senators are collecting over 30 million naira per month, one senator is collecting over 30 million naira per month, including their allowances, or even to read newspaper, they have newspaper allowances. To read newspaper on their own, newspaper that they will read and be informed and know what is happening, just to read news, or which is for their own personal benefit, yet they have allowance for it. They are not reading the newspaper for us, so hey, Zoological Republic. Zoo Alomelo. You are now reading newspaper for my benefit. You reading newspaper has absolutely nothing to do with the citizens. Yet, for you to read that newspaper, they must pay you allowance for that, at the detriment of the suffering citizens. And you want me to be clapping for you? You know, I heard that they are planning to start protests on August 1st. Who fixed date for Kenyan people to start their protests? You are not serious. You are not serious. If you are serious, you don't need any date. You don't need any date. You don't need Twitter organization to go out on air and on what do you call it, on space, start organizing. No, they know they organize for a revolution. They know they lead. Nobody leads revolution. I heard somebody saying they need a leader, this and that. You don't need a leader. Though I'm talking to Nigerians, it has absolutely nothing to do with Biafra. Your protest has nothing to do with us. So if you want to protest, go on and protest. You don't need a leader. March on the street. Go and send your message. Forget Biafrans. You don't need a leader. Forget date. Start it tomorrow. You don't need a date, any date. Now, of course, he attached the screenshot of the news we just read. Today, DSS finally allowed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's physician to see him. The doctor's preliminary report presented complex medical conditions that require that MNK be taken to a hospital for more detailed diagnosis. This will follow a report that will be sent to DG DSS, Director General DSS, by the doctor. So this is now, of course, the latest, development. And this, of course, you have heard the word of the Prime Minister, His Excellency Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that the scheduled civil disobedience protest will hold as planned. Look at it. So this is a message to every civil servant of Biafra.